This video is sponsored by Utopia Toys and Models. Use my reviewer code to get 20% off your next purchase at utopiatoysandmodels.com. First, let me give a huge shout out to CY at Kicks Generation Toys for this amazing product that I'm going to get ready to review. Thank you for getting it to me safely. But we're going to take a look at Toynami's 40th Anniversary Voltron. Do we need another Voltron review? Yes, we do. Let's do it. What is happening, folks? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back to another episode of The Good, The Bad, The Awesome, where I unbox, give you my first reaction to all things pop culture. So if you like to see what I see, hit that like, subscribe, get notified when we have new videos. And if you're doing that already, thank you so very much. As you can see from what I have right here, we have some big giant robots, and we are going to be talking about yet another Voltron. So right here I have the 3.0 and the original Matchbox, but behind it is what we're going to be reviewing today. So let me get these guys out of the way. So thank you for coming. Please go ahead and get your parking validated on the way out. So we'll get these two. Got to be very careful with the original, don't want it to break, lead paint and all. But yes, we have right here the Toynami 40th Anniversary Voltron Defender of the Universe set. And what I've got to say so far is I love the box. It looks so freaking cool. Now, if you remember, one of my first ever Voltron reviews was the 30th anniversary set that I bought used at McKay's bookstore, and I did a review on that, and my thoughts on it were that it was a little bit loose. It did not come with the stand that it was supposed to have, so whoever sold it to that used place did not include all the things, so I took it back. So we're going to give this one another shot just because I like the nostalgia factor. I am a nostalgia nut. And so what's great about this one, this is going to be more akin to the Matchbox version versus any of the other versions that are out there. But let's talk about the box. And so the very front, just a gorgeous looking box. Got the beautiful logo, the 40th anniversary. We have all the pilots right here. We got Keith, Lance, Pidge, Hunk, and Princess Allura right there. So all the lions. I love the fact that they really didn't match the lions that they were piloting, except for Hunk and Pidge. The others did not match at all, which was really cool. And then of course you got the classic looking Voltron right here from the illustration. So that's a really cool looking box. Universal, WEP, Toynami. Let me pull my camera back a little bit. You're going to see the messiness of my video review area here, and we're going to take a look at the side of the box. So we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can take a look at the back of the box. There's nothing. This side has good old Voltron on it, and the top looks very cool. I don't know if you can kind of see that. Boom. And then the bottom, very nice too, with the illustration and of course the product right there. You do have the UPC code if you want to scan that. You can find this at a lot of different places, Big Bad Toy Store, Amazon. I got mine from Mr. CY at Kicks Generation Toys, so I would definitely encourage y'all to shop there if you get a shot. Tell them Jimmy G sent you. Online, I'll put a link to the description down below. So thank you, CY, for an amazing fast shipping, the free candy, and this amazing Voltron. Now, I got nothing but great things to say about him, because not only does he have really good products, but he also has the best customer service in the entire freaking world there. So I said it. So, but yep, that's it. So let's do this. Let's get it out of the box and let's take a look at everything that we get. So hopefully we can kind of let me see what I can do with my camera here. See, maybe I can do a top down or something. See what we can do. So give me just a moment. Well, not much I can do from a camera placement perspective per se, so we are just gonna just go at it and just open up this box here so that way you all can see what's in it. Got my trusty blade. Got this beautiful seals right here for the official Toynami, not just no regular tape. It's Toynami tape. Built Toynami tough. Let's go ahead and lean this over and see how this pops open. I am sure. Okay, it's like a lift off. There we go. So very cool. Just taking a look at the first part right here. So there you do have all the lions there and the weapons. So 4, 3, 2, 1, and the laser, spinning laser, and then the blazing sword. So let's go ahead and pop that part of the package off and get you all the goodness. And we may just go ahead and time lapse this. So let's do that. So everything is out of the box, so let me go ahead and scoot the camera back in. That way we can kind of take a look at all the good stuff that we got here in this beautiful, beautiful box. And so what we've got of course the instructions for good old Voltron himself. Hopefully I don't need those, but we shall see. Got each of the weapons. There is the Green Lion's weapon made out of plastic. Very nice paint on it. What's so cool is this is the base right here, and you can stick the weapons right here on the base to kind of store them. We got Red Lion's weapon, Yellow Lion. That one looks like it has a little bit of a defect in it right there. Black Lion. Black Lion's weapon is the cool. I like the black and the blue the best on that. So cool. We got the blazing sword. Very nice chrome. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Got that retro look, retro feel. Not as detailed as some of the other swords, but the nice chrome makes it nice and shiny. Got a little bit of a scratch right there already too as well. And then we have the spinning laser right there. So very nice. All plastic. We got parts to a stand, so you got all this stuff that makes the stand here for this base. And the base is supposed to be battery powered, which is supposed to be really cool. Batteries go in here, so we'll see what kind of batteries that takes and maybe get that in there too as well. You have this, which is the key, which is very, very cool. Let me go ahead and get it out of the plastic. Just a very nice, it's clip-on, it's magnetic, it's got all sorts of beautiful stuff. So on and off, nice, beautiful. That is gorgeous. Love, love, love that look there. That is so cool. And then of course the lions themselves. So let me get the lions out of the plastic and then we'll come back. All right, folks, I have everybody set up. But first, I'm going to show you one of my favorite things about this set is the base. So very cool. Love it because all the weapons for each of the lions can kind of just be stored right here on the base. Makes a nice little presentation, I think. Really, really cool. So you have all the lion's weapons there. The other thing you can do is you can store the blazing sword. And I'm going to show you here. I'll pop the camera up here in just a moment. Boom. You can store the blazing sword and the spinning laser right there. So makes a really cool display. But my favorite thing is, because this thing takes batteries, is what it does when you activate the key.
Ready to form Voltron. Activate interlock.
So cool. I can't let this play all the way because I'll get a copyright strike, but the lights, so cool. So cool. Original Neil Ross, original voice of that. So just so cool, that recording. Very nice. Love the base. It's very well put together. One of my favorite things. Does need AA batteries, so you'll have to put that in there. But let's move the base out of the way, because what we're here to talk about is the lions. And so let's take a look at the lion, because in the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. So let's take a look at the black one first. So black lion, again, all of these have die cast. The bodies are die cast, but the legs and stuff like that are typically plastic. The head's typically plastic on this. So, but here is the black lion. Very nice, very well put together. Few things that I didn't like about it though is on the chrome, you see some of the imperfections of where they clipped it. So you can kind of see that. I got some little ding marks there too as well. Those were ones I did not put there. They were there by themselves. And then you got this imperfection right there, so which is not cool. But other than that, really nice. I mean, the black lion in lion form is not my favorite because it's just this chunky boy. But you do have waist rotation with him. You do have the legs do rotate. You do have the these move, but not a lot of articulation. You do have a little thigh rotation there, and then up here you do have this kind of moves too as well. To get him formed into his Voltron body mode, you just kind of move the tails out of the way right here, and the cool thing is the legs, they just kind of go straight down like so, straight down like so. I can do Voltron in my sleep. That does not sound right, but yes, I can form Voltron in my sleep pretty much. That opens up the leg. You want to kind of bend in like so, and then you want to make it where it'll, so I don't have it bent just right, so you want that paw just to be like that out a little bit, because that will let it tuck in. Rotate, push in. Same thing on this side. Paw, kind of have it bent down just a little bit, and you can kind of know you did it right if that kind of starts pushing itself in. I did have that going. Maybe not. There we go. Push it real good. Takes a little bit of finesse. There we go. Snap. There you are. And then these, of course, are his wings. McCartney and wings, just pop those up like that, pop that down like that, and there you go. And then there. So we're in Voltron body mode. So we got black lion in that mode. Let's get blue lion. Let's show you him next. And so we'll just kind of show him off. One of the things I don't like about these guys is they don't have the extra weapons. Like, you know how you have that pop up where the other toys do. Even the classic toys have that, especially if you got the ones from Japan where they fire stuff. But these don't have that. But they do have some really good detail. I do like that right there, the top of the head. Also, they do take batteries. So one of the big differences, so there's the battery compartment right in there. The differences in the 40th anniversary versus, let's say, the 30th anniversary is the 30th anniversary only the black lion head lit up, whereas these they light up. They have batteries in them, but these batteries are dead. You're supposed to be able to do like that, lights will turn on, do like that, lights will turn off with this key, which is my favorite thing right there. That key is so cool, very cool. But yep, articulation wise, still the same kind of little nothing really. Just got the feet, that still the same effects with the chrome right there. And that's the bad thing. I should be wearing white gloves as I do this, just because I am leaving a lot of smudges. Putting him in leg mode is very simple and straightforward. One of the things I do like, tails slide in instead of most of the time I've seen them just kind of do that. But yeah, just pop the legs like so. You're just going to fold them. There you go. Both legs are folded in. Head, you just kind of fold it up until it's in like a 90 degree. Pop that back, pop this like that, pop that back, pop this like that, and there you go. There is leg. I got leg. There you are. And these kind of help right here, stabilize. You can kind of keep that down a little bit more to help stabilize the leg, to keep it from moving around. But I like to keep them way up like that. That's the way I like to do it, but you can do it however you want to. Your toy, however you like to do that. So there we go. The yellow lion's the same verse. I won't put them in leg mode, but I will show you the yellow lion just to show it off. You do get the head movement. You do have the mouth that does open. That's where you can put the weapons, things like that. Still, die cast body, all sorts of good stuff. So we'll move him to the side. Green lion. So let's show you green lion here. The arm. So again, has batteries, eyes will light up. My batteries are dead. Wah, wah. So kind of anticlimactic, right? But you do have that movement, this and this kind of twists too as well. That's the articulation you have. Legs have the same articulation, the same little blemish too as well. But to put them into arm mode, you just squeeze them together like this. You can almost do this in your sleep with most Voltrons. The only one that was a little bit different was Action Toys Voltron. It had a little bit better gimmick. I had to actually watch the instructions for that one. These ones you don't have to really watch the instructions for. But there he is, arm mode, and this is where I'll compare him to some of the others. So here is the classic Voltron, 84 Matchbox Voltron right here. So you can kind of see the difference in size. This one's a little bit longer. This one's a little bit wider. The paint's a little bit darker green on this guy, but still uses the same chrome. This uses the tail as the gimmick, whereas this uses its own little socket. But there you go. That's how you can see those side by side. That's how they compare together, and we'll compare them when they're fully formed into Voltron. And then I'm bringing in the 301. He's a little fatter, a little squatter right there, so you can kind of see that. Has these little panel doors. This is all pretty much plastic on here. There's very little metal in the 301, whereas this is very, very, very heavy. But you do get the gimmick of the weapon. You don't get it with this one here. I'd expect for the amount of money you paid for this one that you would get that. But yeah, there you go. That's how it looks, and that's how you get that in arm mode. And then there's the red line. We won't put him in arm mode. Well, I guess I could. It's really quick, but he's the more boxy of the two. Got the 2, 3, 4. That is not animation accurate. It's toy accurate, but not animation accurate. So very, very nice. We'll just go ahead and put these guys into his leg mode. I mean, his arm mode too as well. So simple. I mean, there you go. Well, while I'm at it, might as well just get the yellow line done with too as well, right? So very, very, very easy to do. Boom, boom. There you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on a tripod because we're about to form Voltron, and I want to be able to form him without y'all looking up at his nose. So let's get ready to form Voltron. Okay, what do you say we form Voltron? So this time I'm not going to screw it up. I do have a reference photo on what Voltron looks like, what leg goes where, and so hopefully I don't screw it up. You know me, I will probably screw it up. So let's form Voltron. Let's form feet and legs. And so boom, very easy. All you got to do is just stick that in there till it clicks. There we go. So it should just hold. Same thing with the yellow one. There we go. So we have those together. And let's pop the camera down just a hair so we can see that. And let's put the right arm on. You put the right arm on, and then you just want to make sure it should really pop in there. There you go. And then the green arm. Pop in there till you feel it click. Pull the horns down, and then let's get the face. And now we have Voltron. There he is, folks, in all of his Voltron glory. Let's kind of zoom in just a hair. And there we go. So there he is in his Voltron mode. So from a height standpoint, if we take a look, actually let me zoom back out. I was like, hey, let's zoom in. Now let's zoom back out. There we go. From a height standpoint, what you got is he is about 12, about a foot. Yeah, about 12.5 inches. That's what he is at on there from a height standpoint. But overall, I mean, he's heavy. He is die cast, my friends, and that's what you want. But just like with die cast, one of the things I don't like about it is if he's not, the joints got to be able to support it, and so these joints don't really support it at times on there. So let's take a look. Let's do a little bit of articulation. So with the head, you do have the head rotation that you get, all sorts of movement. You can look all the way up, all the way down, side side. Very, very nice. Then from there, let's go with the arm. Let's do first the red. And so die cast, again, I do have it held up there, and it does do a good job, but then yeah, it'll pop down a little bit. You do have, it's on like a ratchet, so you can get that to do what it needs to. You can 90 degree right there, back. You do have waist. You don't have an ab crunch, but let's move these arms up, because what we really want to see is what these legs can do. So, see, that's the bad part with die cast. You're not gonna get it to hold up, and then you don't have much posability in the back, but you do have a leg twist there, and then you do have this twist there. So that's what you got. So you can't really put him in some dynamic poses and things like that. He's just going to be like your classic grade A classic Voltron. Blazing sword just goes, there's a little like nip there. You just take it, open up the arm, and there's a little spot right there that you'll put it in. And you'll just line that up, and there you go. And now you got the blazing sword in there, and then the spinning laser you can put in the other hand if you want to. So from a comparison, so let me move this back so we can bring in some other Voltrons. And yeah, see, just a loose little mess there. That's the bad part about all die cast when you don't have strong joints. Now Blitzway is going to be your best if you want to look for a very real kind of like animation accurate and just overall articulation and gimmicks. Blitzway is going to be your best one. But this, again, is if you want nostalgia, that's what you get. So here is the 3-0. I'll bring 3-0 right there next to it. So he's a little bit taller, a little bit skinnier than 3-0. Not quite as stout. I like the proportions of the 3-0 one. This one's just a little bit skinnier there. And let's bring in Original, because that's what he's supposed to make you feel, is the Original. And there is Original Voltron right there. So there they are, two of them together again at last right there. That's how they look. And I mean, Toynami, I mean, it's a good looking Voltron. It's not a great looking Voltron. I don't like that these colors don't match. I've just noticed that those colors don't match. The chrome again has a little bit of blemishes in it, and then the joints, especially the leg joints, just don't hold, and that's disappointing. It's great if you want it as a standing piece. It's not great if you want it to do some really kind of like dynamic posing or whatever it may be that you want to do. But that is how he looks, and I'll bring it in for a closer look. I know that's something I just didn't do, and so we'll do that here really quick too as well. And I'm probably going to go handheld with that, so let me do that. Okay, so doing my steady shot handheld, but there, let's take a look at that face. Sorry, let's bring that out a little bit more. But there is the face of the Voltron. Very nice looking face. Not the cartoon with the blue, I mean not the toy with the blue, but the lights will light up if I had the batteries, but it would light up. And again, look at that chest, the big difference there. The colors right here and here just don't match up. Not cool at all. But everything else looks good. It's just, again, a little squatty. Not squatty, a little skinny. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, there he is. Just all for your glory to see. Let's turn him to the side. Side view. And again, it's just this loose mess here. Don't like it. So he'll I don't know if I'll keep him in line mode or in Voltron mode, or I might just sell him. I don't know yet if I've decided to keep him or not. So but let's do this though. Let's get back together for some of my final thoughts on Toynami's 40th anniversary Voltron. So let's talk through my final thoughts on the Toynami 40th anniversary Voltron Legendary Defender. So let me bring him back in. There he is. There's my Voltron. You can take a quicker, closer look there. Can you see him? Beautiful. So what are my thoughts on him? So my pros, the box art is amazing. The stand with the original voice work from Neil Ross, love it. Love that you can store all the weapons, things like that. Fully die cast is great. And that's about it on that. So after messing with him a little bit more and trying to pose him, so my cons, he is just loosey goosey. He is a loose mess. I think that was the same way with the 30th anniversary. The pros of diecast is it's heavy duty. The cons of diecast is if those joints aren't great, they're not going to hold it. Like this waist joint right here is not going to hold these legs. And so when I was trying to pose him in different poses, he just kept flopping all over the place. And so not cool. The second thing is if you're going to have a gimmick like the batteries, either do one of two things. Don't include the batteries, or put the batteries off to the side. Don't install them, because I think with these being installed, they died or they just didn't work. So I know Blitzway puts their batteries to the side, those little tiny ones, but this just didn't. The battery gimmick, I couldn't try it out, so it didn't work out on this. But it would have been cool to see all the eyes light up. But how often are you going to do that? How often are you going to leave these eyes lit up when you're displaying him or whatever it may be? It's a cool gimmick, but not enough to justify the cost. You've got a lot of chrome blemishing on this thing. There's some manufacturer blemishes on this guy too as well. I mean, the lions look good. The paint is not matching right here on the chest. Overall, I mean, it's not my favorite Voltron. He's, definitely towards the bottom. I mean, just even now as I'm holding him, he's just a wiggly piggly mess on this. It doesn't even come with the weapons. The weapons don't come up. So I'm glad that the original toy designer had a hand in this and he was there to help out with it too as well. But just in execution, it didn't quite land it on this guy. So not often do I have, not often do I not like a toy, but this one not in love with. It's not the best thing that's out there. There are other Voltrons that cost less that actually are more. This will just give you some of the nostalgia feel with the die cast. You're probably gonna have to pose them like this, or you can pose them in lion modes, but even then you had some loose legs and things like that too as well. So on a scale of good, bad, awesome, this one is it's okay. It's not even, I would say it's almost bordering on bad. I am not in love with this toy. He will be a good display piece, but he's not going to be a good one to fun around. Like, I will prefer some of my other ones before this one. So if you have Blitzway or any of those, or if you have the original Matchbox, you can skip this one. If you want something to remind you of the original Matchbox, then this is going to be the one for you, is the Toynami. But I mean, there's just too many misses on this to really make this a hit. I mean, it looks like Voltron, but if I was to give this to my kid, my 8-year-old self, me, with how loose it is and things like that, it shouldn't be that loose. It shouldn't be that loose. But yeah, that's all I got to say about him. So he's just gonna be displayed and just sit displayed, gathering dust, going, oh, I wish I was built a little bit better. But that's all I got to say about him. So if you like this video, maybe consider subscribing and giving a like, or become a member. That way you can get some exclusive content and you can help support the channel. But tune in next time when I do talk about something else, good, bad, or awesome. But in the meantime, y'all remember to stay young, have fun, and be awesome. I'm gonna go try to salvage what I can and the fun on this Voltron. So I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.